Myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission.
I'm not a singer.
All I can be. I give myself.
Everybody stand up.
To live passionate.
Move to the song.
Our deepest fear
Oh,
is not
now it's words. Listen to the words.
Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just...
Breathe it in.
It is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
So move your body. Remember, when you close your eyes, nobody else can see you. Permission to live all I can be. I'll give myself. Feel it out. To live passionate and free. I'll give myself permission. You have to keep your eyes closed, remember, so no one can see you. Permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to live passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission
To live passionate and free.
Hey! Woohoo! Yahoo! So that's that spiritual part of us awakening up. You know, because I'm a channel of a different color. Okay, now you can sit down. I have a couple of gifts. Does somebody have a birthday here this weekend? What's your name? Swasti. You are now the proud owner of Messages from Your Soul. It's a CD that leads you into automatic and inspired writing, so you too can be a channel.
I'll be 44. Happy
Who had a birthday last week? Okay. Oh, here. Sorry, we have to change this. This is equilibrium. This is music behind chakra balancing. So this will balance all your chakras and anyone that you work with just by playing it. Thank you. What's your name? Paul? Thank you, Paul. Happy birthday. Who has a birthday next week? Who has a birthday next week? How about July 1st? Okay. Here you go. Anne, right? You are the proud owner of Inner Light. It's a guided meditation anchoring source energy to the physical body. What? The shy one? So, as soon as this workshop is over, what's your name? Ken? As soon as this workshop is over, you get to take home a blue bottle, and it's got my DNA in it. Because we sold out of bottles, but I was going to give this away. So Ken, as soon as we're done, it should be empty. Oh, how cool. I love master builders. So, we are here to learn your Akashic records. We are here to activate your Akash. We are here to figure it out play it out, understand it, connect it out, connect it in, understand it in, get it into the cells of your body, get it into the cells of your field, get it into any parts you want to get it into. That didn't sound right. This is my website. As you know, I've got lots of arrows up there. Theoretically, all those arrows connect to a little action, but they're not working right now. So as you see, the first one right there, I can't see what that says. Oh, good. And the second one? So what do you suppose that might be? Yes, the recording for this class and all the other classes, or all the other lots of stuff is on that tab. And what's the next one? Events. So I'm having a conference coming up. It's in September 22nd through the 24th. It is the wildest experience that you can possibly imagine. And then imagine it even wilder. We have music, we have song, we have dance. We are anchoring in the heartbeat of peace by making our own Native American First Nations people drums. And hopefully we're having a marching band there too. We're still working on it. Oh, Denver, Colorado. You can still get cheap tickets, right? And what's the next one? Wow. Like this one. And I'm also teaching holographic healing, which we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. What's that one? That's where you would schedule a one-on-one session, because I'm completely sold out this weekend. And I do them on the phone, on Skype, any way you want them. And I do them half-hour sessions and in-person sessions and hour sessions and lots of things like that. And there's also a class about opening to channel. We may bring that to Boston. We're coming to Boston in April 28th through the 29th of 2018. What's that? Store. Oh, an important one. An important one. Everything you ever wanted to purchase from us is there on that tab. And this one? That actually has my telephone number on it. It's got my email on it. I try my best to answer the phone, although I had to get an assistant because I couldn't answer all the calls. But I will get back to you. If I don't get back to you within 24 hours, please call again. And this gets you a weekly message from me. Oh, we talked about that, the double digit. The double digit is something that we've been doing since 2009, 9/9 of 09, Adironnda. The spokes being for the council that I channel, which, how many of you were not here Saturday? Okay, so you may get to meet Adironnda again. Yoo-hoo! I'll tell you a little more about Adironnda in a minute. This is my passion part. On the double digit of each month, 9/9, 10/10, 11/11, 12/12, we do a broadcast. It's a video broadcast. It has question and answer. It normally is $33, or we have an annual membership. And you all can come for free just by being here. If you're a subscriber, we're not going to give you your $33 back. But you get a 10% discount on everything else. If you can text this number. Oh, text this number, right there. If you can't text, then if you signed up for this class, we will invite you. And Joy, can we give Joy a big hand? You know, absolutely. Joy is not my assistant. Joy is my business partner. And she puts all this stuff together. I get to do the easy part. I just get out of the way. But and so I just really want to thank Joy.
And
but
double digit, I want to say, is amazing. Yes. Amazing each month. And when you join, you can see all the old ones. It's just fantastic. It's the message you need to hear on that day and for the whole month. It's great. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Diane. I'll pay you later. Well, Joe's a subscriber. We have several subscribers here. Anne's a subscriber. We have several subscribers in the audience here. Another Anne is a subscriber. So it is something that we do every month, and sometimes it surprises us when it comes around. Oh, that's my conference. Do you know who that guy is? Really, most people don't. Have you ever heard of the Universe or Tut? Mike Dooley? I mean, he's been around since the night. That's Mike Dooley. He's our guest speaker in addition to me and about 15 other visionaries on the planet. It's Visionaries in Light. We anchor in the energy of your best idea. In a couple of weeks, we're going to kick off a little video contest where you submit your idea to be the change and submit a video, a little 90-second video where you tell us what change you would like to see in the world and how you might implement that. And the winner gets to go to the conference for free. Actually, the top 3 winners get to go to the conference for free. It's on Facebook. We'll tell you where it is. And the winner, voted on by the attendees of the conference, walks away with a big stack of cash to start their project, start their vision. How cool is that, huh? Yeah, you could applaud for that. Absolutely. We also have a party that is a Come As You Are concert and party. Come As You Are in 2022. So you take your vision as to where you'd like to be in 2022. And you come as you're going to be then. We had a lady that had been trying to get pregnant for 2 or 3 years. And she came last year with, something underneath here that made her look pregnant. She's pregnant now. We had another fellow that came as a motivational speaker, a public speaker, He's now doing it professionally. So when you bring that energy of a whole group behind your focus, mystical things happen. But we're here to learn about the Akash, right? I started down this path in 1993 when I walked in. To just give you a little bit of my background. In 1993, I walked in. I went into the hospital as one person, experienced complications following a surgery, came out a different person. I was not metaphysical. I was selling advertising in a country western radio station. I was deacon in the Christian church. I was just about as normal as you can be from Springfield, Missouri. Actually, I grew up in Kansas, but Springfield, Missouri, the home of Bart Simpson and Brad Pitt and me. And I experienced this transformation. I had no idea what had happened to me. For 3 years, I was not metaphysical. I got Shirley MacLaine's book, Out on a Limb, and because I really liked the actress Shirley MacLaine, and when I started to read it, and it was about channeling, I thought, oh, this is sacrilegious, and I threw it away. Then when I woke up to the fact that I had experienced this transformation, it was 1996. And the reason I'm telling y'all all this is because I've got the microphone. but because so you will know that you can do exactly what I am doing. There is absolutely nothing special about me except I'm probably louder than most of you. But, when I woke up, I started asking all kinds of questions. How did this happen? Why did this happen? When did this happen? All of those questions. What's my purpose? What am I here for? The 3 most asked questions after I've been channeling for 20 years, 17 years now. And the 3 most asked questions is, what is my purpose? Right? Where's my sweetheart? Or why isn't my husband or wife my sweetheart? And where's my big stack of cash? So I want y'all to answer all those today. So I wondered what my purpose was, and believe it or not, somebody mailed me or faxed me a meditation that is the meditation Messages for Your Soul that I just gave to What's your name again? Swasti. I almost had it right. That's the meditation I started with. And I began to have an energy session every week, and I decided that I wanted to be all that I am. right? I wanted to be exactly who I am. I wanted to live the life that I could possibly live. I wanted to live in joy. And I didn't walk in because I was in trauma. I didn't walk in because I was suicidal. I had just finished my master's in theater and was in the process of writing my thesis, and I had several bookings for one-person plays that my walkout had written, and then I could no longer go on stage. Now that's the weird part, because you see I'm on stage, right? And I appear to be very comfortable, although I'm nervous as hell. But I couldn't ever finish my thesis because I could no longer speak in English. If you read any of my writing, and Diane's nodding because she's read my emails. It's like you have to read them out loud to know what they mean, because the words are in the wrong order. English is my second language. I know, what's my first language? Glick. That's from that planet you go to, the third galaxy on. Joy. Use the steps. No, I did that. Oh, I know what we have to do. We have to move it to never go to sleep. Thanks, Joy. So, do you ever feel like Abbott and Costello all in one body? But after I walked in, I couldn't perform. I had to complete the engagements that I'd already booked. And I've written 3 plays that raise money for victims of violent crimes. My walkout, wrote them. And I had to rewrite them. And they've raised about close to $300,000 in Southwest Missouri. Thank you. Thank you. But I had trouble performing because my walk-in was not my walk-out. And my walk-out was very comfortable on stage, and my walk-in was not. And that was pretty tough, you know. I haven't really performed except for this kind of thing since 1998. That was my last gig that I'd booked before I walked in 93. And the interesting thing, though, in 2008, okay, I was shaking my fist at God. And is it okay if I use the word God? Thanks. Sometimes some groups kind of get offended by that. Isn't that crazy? It's like, okay, is it okay? I shake my fist at Source. Is that better? So, my fist at the goddess. Is that better? You know, whatever. Barbara. You know. And I was saying, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to be? I'd been channeling since 1999. I went into the channeling world kind of like Lee, kicking and screaming. I just was really, really challenged by the whole idea of it. But it happened. It came through, and you'll one time when we stop working long enough to finish our book, you'll get to read all about it. But I chose to be all that I am, so I volunteered for this mission. In 2008, I said, am I going to be a teacher? Am I going to sell advertising for a country western station? I was selling hotel rooms in Branson at the time. And am I going to be a speaker? You keep telling me in my automatic writing that I'm going to be speaking on stages of 1,000 people, and I'm like, I don't think so. You know, but they kept telling me that in my automatic writing. And so I believe that in 2008, my walk-in came back in and merged with my walk-out. Because my walk-out, they knew what to do on stage. They knew how to handle a microphone. And my walk-in did not. My walk-in was not comfortable on stage. So I believe the two merged, and I've never heard of that happening before. In 2010, so I was working a full-time job. I was doing private sessions, channeled sessions at night. I was doing retreats on my vacation. I was leaving work at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock on a Friday, traveling 2 or 3 hours away, or getting on a plane and flying somewhere, doing a weekend of workshops, and flying back or driving back more likely at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday and going to work. So on January 1 of 2010, I stood in my living room and shook my fist at God once again and said, I quit. I quit. It's too much. I can't do all this unless you're going to send me some help. And that was when Joy was all of a sudden decided that she was going to look at RVs in California. She was a big advertising mogul in California and a marketing person. There's a difference between advertising and marketing. And the person that she got as her salesperson was the person that discovered that there was someone inside the channel in me. And when they were with me in 1999, when they realized I was not present in my body, and they said, if you're not there, who's there? That was when Adironnda first spoke. So, I mean, it's like, it's like, whoa. So we believe Adironnda arranged for Joy to be my business partner because we are as opposite as night and day. We are, I'm tall and thin and she's... This is all just an illusion, right? We've been business partners since 2010, and there's a whole big story about that. And there's a whole big story. We have to do longer workshops. Anyway, we're here to learn about the Akashic Records. Now you know a little bit about me. I believe that I didn't ever read any books. As soon as I woke up and started doing automatic writing, I stopped having the ability to read any books. They looked like, I now know that's Arabic. I thought it was Hebrew, but it's Arabic. Adironnda is from the 17th dimension. Adironnda came from the outside to come in. Adironnda is neither male nor female, and both male and female. Adironnda is the spokesbeing for a council. I'm hearing them. Why are you saying my name so much? Welcome to my world. Spokesbeing for a council of 12 or more. They don't identify themselves any longer in channel. If you were here on Saturday, you witnessed who I believe was Mary and the Master Yeshua, Jesus, coming in together when the energy shifted. And we're going to get on with this so you can get into the Akashic Records, and we still have time for channeling at the end, huh? Okay? Why should we go into the Akashic Records? Do we want to dredge up all those old things? No. Do we want to pick up aspects of yourself that you may have dropped throughout the world? I go to Kryon, Colorado every year for a nearly silent retreat. I go to Kryon, Colorado before I started doing the nearly silent retreat because I needed to pick up something of myself that I left there centuries ago. In Kryon, they have, I got the information in my channel messages that I was a part of the Hopi Indian Council, and we met there. And there's 28 spiritual centers in a little town of 1,200. There's Buddhist centers, Tibetan centers, Zen centers, Baptist centers, Episcopal centers. And the Hopi Indian big grand chieftain, who is a woman, which is cool, has just named Kryon as the meeting place of the High Council of all the Indian tribes. Woohoo! It's nice when our information comes true, right? But I picked up an aspect here. I also picked up an aspect here. These pictures here, I took with my camera. So we go to Thailand several times in a few years. We're going this November. In Thailand, we work with elephants and go to an elephant rescue park. and not the trained elephants, but the elephants that are retired and maybe have been tortured, and we play with them. I mean, something happens to you when you look into the eyes of an elephant. Something happens to you. I have actually laid down next to a 27-day-old elephant and felt the bottoms of their feet as they are exploring me with their trunk. I mean, something happens to you. So we travel all over the world, much like Lee, to pick up aspects of ourselves. You know, I have always had, for some reason, women in burqas made me nervous. So I had to know that there was a past life there, right? I didn't know what it was. I didn't know why it was. I went into the Akashic records. I didn't get it. And I was in Egypt with Lee, and I was sitting there in one of the temples, I can't even tell you which one, and this woman in a burqa came up and asked if she could take my picture. And I'm like, yeah. And it's like my fear just lifted. It just dissipated completely. Completely. In fact, I should have put this picture up. We then took another picture, and a whole group. Were you there? Oh, you took the picture. I thought, I knew she was there somewhere. And there was an Israeli, 3 Muslim women, two of them in a burqa or something, and a Jewish person from Florida, and me. And it's like we took a family portrait. Now imagine the healing that went on there. That's why we go into the Akashic records, for healing, for acknowledgement. This is when we went to Israel and we baptized people in the River Jordan. But the Akash is not a mystery. How many of you have been into the Akashic records? Excellent. How many of you have never been able to see, sense, feel, hear, never tried, never anything? Excellent. Excellent. So I've discovered that the way we used to go into the Akashic records was much different than the way we go into the Akashic records now. In the past, we went down a path, we did this, we did that, and we saw lots of things. Or sometimes you see lots of things, and then sometimes you kind of see that. And it's like, we've seen more of this in the past few years than ever before. And the reason is because we're trying to go into the records like we used to go into the records. Before 2012, we went in one way. Now you go in completely differently. You go in, you go out. You go in, you go out. You go in, you go out. You don't have to go into the meditative state. Several people asked, is this like a meditation thing? No. But this is what we choose, to see all of the visions, all of the energy, to see all of the information, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a meditation, an activation, actually. We're going to go into your brains. Is that okay? Yeah. Good, because I do it anyway. And we're going to start with your imagination, and then we're going to go into intuition from that aspect, because everybody's got an imagination, right? You can imagine that you are riding a bicycle, right? You can imagine that you are a child on a bicycle, right? You can imagine what it's like to feel the wind on your face, right? Then we're going to go in from that into intuition and receive a message from your own intuition. And then we're going to go from that into your Akashic records and see a message from your Akashic records. And we're going to do things like this several times. But the first time we're going to go into your Akashic records, we're just going to ask for a message to be communicated to you. Now, I may say see. I mean see, hear, feel, hear, know, sense, acknowledge, have some kind of communication, even if it is a color. Sometimes you see, as this, you see all these colors and it's like a jumbled mess, right? Right? Sometimes that happens. So then you get to pull back and understand that you may be looking at something from right here. One time I went into the Akashic Records and all I saw was wood. It's like I was working with somebody that was afraid of water, and all I saw was wood, and it's like, what is that? So I pulled back, and when I pulled back, I saw a wooden boat, and I saw a plank, and she was on the plank. So of course she's going to be afraid of water. We released that, and now she's not afraid of water. She was going to go scuba diving, or not scuba diving, snorkeling. She would never think of scuba diving at that point. Now she's been scuba diving. Did you have a question?
Yes. Before Kryon or Lee was talking about going to the Akash records and activating a gift of some sort.
Right.
Are we able to do that today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I'm talking really fast. Am I talking too fast for you? Okay. 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 Oh, that's right. It's in the Midwest, we have to talk a lot slower. So, we might get this. Or, when we go into the Akashic Records, sometimes it can be very frustrating. Know that that frustration, if it comes up, you'll go back to this. So if you feel frustrated or you feel like you're pushing the energy, take a deep breath and just breathe into it and allow the energy. Allow whatever to happen to happen. And surprisingly enough, sometimes you can get something really significant. And sometimes you get something that you get to look at a little more closely. But the frustration will actually stop the energy. You understand? If you say to yourself, oh, I took this class, but I've never been able to see in the Akashic Records, what is that going to do? You have to change your bracelet first. But y'all know about the bracelets, right? We've been here all weekend. Put a bracelet on your wrist, on one wrist, and every time you think of a negative thought about yourself or someone else or a situation, you have to change your bracelet to the other wrist. And your objective is to wear it on the same wrist for 21 days, which means for 21 days you did not have a negative thought about yourself or about anyone else or about a situation for 21 days, which means you broke your habit, right? And we started making these bracelets because we were wearing out our fancy bracelets. And awareness is the key. Awareness of your Akashic Records is the key. Awareness that they are open to you. You own them. They're not... Does anybody else here teach classes in how to go into the Akashic Records? You can speak. Good. I hope I don't insult you. And you may learn something new. Or you probably do it already. I did have one person that taught the Akashic Record class, and she'd been doing it for years and years and years and always taught it the same. And she walked out of my class. You know? But, oh, which reminds me, if you haven't paid for this class, we're borrowing the doors. You know, we asked you to connect with Joy to pay for the class. If you couldn't beforehand, please do afterwards. If not, you know, it is your karma. It is not mine. And nothing else is probably going to work in your life if you're, you know. Integrity is the thing, you know. Have you discovered that if there's a part of your life that is not in integrity, I'll be darned if nothing else is going to work either. That includes your relationships, that includes your friendships, that includes your banking relationships, that includes your household, that includes your children. If something is not in integrity, the way the energy is right now, nothing is going to work. And if you haven't paid for your private session yet, that's too. She is, isn't she? One time I was speaking at a church, And I was talking to them about every little cell in their body, that their body remembers their cellular memory. But somebody raised their hand and says, in church? It's like, are you kidding me? And she said, why do we only remember bad things? And I said, I remember good things. I remember how to do cartwheels. I remember really good things. And they said, you remember how to do cartwheels? I thought, I hadn't done a cartwheel since I was in the 6th grade. We should put that recording up on our website of that talk, because I did 3 cartwheels right there.
You weren't wearing a skirt.
I wasn't. It was interesting because I was told that morning when I got up, what am I going to wear? You need to wear slacks. It's church. You need to wear slacks. Okay. So we do remember those things.
Thank you.
And I said, thank you. Yes. And you could hear the audience go, whoa. So understand that it really, in the Akash, is really in the stillness. So let's go in now and see where we go, okay? I don't play music because I don't want any distraction. So just center yourself, take everything off your lap. You're not going to need to write anything down. I'll center myself too. Take a deep breath. We're activating your imagination and your intuition and your Akash. So just take another deep breath. In and out. Slow your breathing down and just start visualizing. Imagining some colors. Blue, green, yellow, purple, white, red. And imagine yourself, or imagine you are a child. And if you didn't like the way you were as a child or your childhood, imagine a different childhood. Imagine that you're in that perfect house in that perfect neighborhood. The Cleavers, Beaver and the family. Or a wonderful house. And as you're sitting in the living room, you can smell something. Smell dinner. Your mom in the kitchen cooking dinner, and she just seems so happy. It may not have been the way your dinner smelled when you were a kid, but imagine what it might be if it were the perfect household. And your favorite food was cooking. And just imagine that. And while dinner's cooking, you decide you want to go for a bike ride. And you go out the front door, and there's your bicycle. And it's a great bicycle. A silver streaker or something. And imagine that you know how to ride that bicycle so well. And your legs work so great, and you jump on that bicycle and you spin off. And of course it's a small town, so there's no traffic. There's no cars to worry about. And you feel the wind on your face. And it feels so good. It smells like somebody just mowed the grass. You feel that. You smell that fresh smell. Just imagine it. What it feels like to pump along on that bicycle. You're a kid, so you never get tired. And you want to go up to the market. There's a little store downtown. And you go into the market and it smells kind of musty. You know, it's an old store. It's not a big supermarket. And there's the lady that's always in that store there, and she's always smiling. She's got white hair, and she's always smiling, and you love her because she's giving out samples. And you walk back, and you hear the floor. It's a wooden floor. Is it a wooden floor? What kind of a floor is it? It kind of creaks as you walk along. And you go into the produce section. What does that smell like? It's so fun. And she's got samples of oranges. And she's got slices of oranges on her tray. And she hands you a slice of orange. And you bite into it. It's tangy and juicy. And the juice runs down your chin. And she chuckles and maybe wipes it off with a napkin. It tastes really good. And then she hands you another slice of something. It's yellow. It's a lemon, and you've never had a lemon before. So you take that lemon, it smells really good, and you bite into that lemon, and it's, so tart. Whew. Makes your mouth water. So she offers you another lemon, and you say, no, thank you. And you wave to her bye-bye, and you go back out to your bike. And when you get to your bike, you realize that there's something different there. There seems to be a person sitting beside your bicycle. And at first you might be a little nervous because you don't know who they are, and they're dressed kind of oddly. But the closer you get, the more you feel this kind of odd sensation of love and comfort. And you feel your heart kind of tingling a little bit. And you look into the face of this person, and it's like your soul recognizes this person. And they've got twinkling eyes, and they're so wonderful to look at. And even though their face is just open and honest and loving, you hear words in your head that they're speaking, but they're not moving their mouth. And they speak to you in your mind. And they have a message for you. What is that message? What are they saying? Feel it in your heart. The last thing you sense is them saying, I love you. Thank you. And you walk over to the store and kind of shake your head and think, that was kind of weird. And you turn around and they're gone. And then you decide to get back on your bicycle and ride home. And then again you feel the wind. You feel like it smells like it could rain. And when you get home, you step in the door and your mom says, perfect timing, dinner's ready. And your favorite meal is on the table, and you sit down at the table and you wonder, why is this my favorite food? I wonder when the first time I ever ate that food was. And an image comes to you as to the very first time in this lifetime, or maybe another, that you ate that food. What did it taste like then? What did it smell like? The very first time, look around and see what the details were. And now take a deep breath. Feel the chair beneath you. Take another deep breath and move your shoulders around and your neck. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How was that? Cool, huh? Hello? Are y'all asleep? I'll play some more music. How'd that go? Isn't it amazing how you can go from imagining the wind? Anybody have trouble with that part? No. It flows right into the taste of the lemon and the orange. How many of you had watery mouths? It's like, oh, I can see your faces like, ugh. And then the person, you sensed or saw or felt this person by your bike, right? What'd you see? Cool. What'd you see?
My grandfather with his corncob pipe.
Grandfather, corncob pipe.
I started falling asleep, and when you said, what do you see? I saw a black and red sign that said private.
Ah, a black and red sign that says private. So we'll remove that sign for our next journey, okay? Sometimes when we go into the Akash, at some point in some other lifetime, right? Something happened to you when you went into a painful situation, and you put up a blockage into your Akash. We're going to open that up. Is that okay? All right.
I wondered too, because my person was not clear, but it was in some kind of like...
Can you speak a little louder?
In my case, person was covered with some, like, I don't know, like dark, but clothes, but it was sparkling.
Ah.
Like when you said see the face, like I saw beautiful blue smiling eyes.
Excellent. You know, and they were a part of your own guidance system. You know, so when you see something or sense something, sometimes you see it like a video. Sometimes you see it like just even a sense. Sometimes it is, you saw the stop sign or saw the sign that said private. You see a face that is an image that you may not even be able to make out the features. English, right? The features of the face, but you'll have that sense of that comfort, right? Anybody not have that sense of comfort? Cool. Want to go again? Okay, this time we're going to actually go into your brain and change some software. Okay? So, take a deep breath. Center your energy. I'm going to climb up on my stool again. Breathe into your heart center. I want you to imagine this happening. Imagine you and your guidance system. What do they look like? What do they feel like? I want you to open the chakras with your intention in the bottoms of your feet. And take a deep breath and send your energy all the way down through your feet and anchor your energy at the center of the earth. The great Mother Gaia. And you just imagine and you feel that love from the earth and the love that you have for the earth. Just look around there and imagine what the center of the earth looks like. Sunlight, crystals, rocks. What does it look like? Now take another deep breath. Bring that energy from the center of the earth up and allow that energy to just fill your whole body. You feel the love of the earth, yourself, and for all levels of your guidance system or your oversoul. We're going to open the crown chakra with our intention. And we're going to take another deep breath, and we're going to send our energy all the way up to the highest level of our oversoul or our guidance system. So we're just going to be tethered there with our oversoul all the way through to the earth. We're going to just visualize, imagine your intergalactic surgeons, your intergalactic healing guides. And what they're doing is they're bringing an illuminating light over your head. And you see your hand up there. And you visualize what your hand would look like over your head. And you open your crown and you bring that illuminating light, it's kind of like a flashlight, into your brain. And you see it kind of pulsing and beating away. And we're going to ask those guides of yours if they will help you highlight that particular part of your brain that is connected to your Akashic records, that is connected to your long-term memories, that's connected to your cellular memories. Just ask that that portion of your brain be highlighted, illuminated, and your primary guide that you know and trust, you may not even know who they are. They may be the Archangel Raphael. He's the healing angel. He's going to give you a little chip, like a thumb drive for your brain. It's all glistening, all sparkly. And he's going to guide your hand, or she is going to guide your hand to place it right where those long-term memories are, and they're going to remove the chip that's there right now. They're not going to disturb anything else in your brain, and they're going to put that chip in so you can see, sense, feel, hear, know. All that is in your highest good to know and understand. To help you see more clearly, help you sense more clearly, help you know more clearly anything that is in your highest good to be aware of. And it's amazing how it just slides right into that fold. And it doesn't disturb anything. Nothing else moves. And any blockages that you've had in the past to your Akash seems to be taken out with that old chip, that old thumb drive. And the new one comes in, and your guides are sort of applauding because they know that you're really brave to do this. And you feel so comfortable as you're imagining what it's like to upgrade your brain. And if you feel any points of pressure, we're just going to bring all the healing angels in, and they're going to circle that energy and pull that extra energy out and balance it completely. And everything feels so good. So comfortable. And as your cells accommodate that extra energy in your brain, you feel your cells all smile. And you close up your crown, and the galactic guides are right there. And they surround you with healing love and light. And you take a deep breath. And you feel your whole energy just relax with this new information. And you feel your cells accommodate this new information. And any resistance that you may have put there in the past just seems to mystically dissipate into 1,000 tracers of light and disintegrate. And you take another deep breath. And as you do, you feel the chair beneath you or the floor. And you move your shoulders around a little bit. Stretch your neck. And then you open your eyes. How was that? Anybody feel any pressure in their head? Okay? So, could you hold this microphone for... Oh, I've got a stand. I can put it up here. So, if you feel a pressure in your head, how many of you? Okay. So what I want you to do is put your hands on your head, right? And I want you to visualize a cobalt blue elasticity in the platelets of your skull. You know those little seams, that cobalt blue elasticity. And it's going along the platelets, so the platelets will be a little movable. So take a deep breath and just visualize that cobalt blue elasticity, iridescent, going along the seams of your skull. Breathe into that. It's all perfectly safe. And take another deep breath. And again, take another deep breath. And now we're just going to, with your intention, pull the platelets of your skull out just a little bit to give it a little more room. Just to pull them out. And then right where that pressure is, I want you to circle the energy, and you can open your eyes so you can see what I'm doing. Right where that pressure is, circle the energy 3 times. Get a hold of it like it's a jar lid. Turn in the opposite direction and pull it out. And snap your fingers. And if you have pressure somewhere else, circle the energy 3 times. That's for me. Take a message. Turn the jar lid in the opposite direction. Pull it out. And snap your fingers. How's that? Better? Yeah. Anybody else? Still? Circle the energy 3 times. Take a hold of that pressure like it's a jar lid. Turn in the opposite direction. Pull it out and snap. And you can do that with anything. I mean, any hot spot, any pain point, any pressure. That pulls the excess energy out. And we stretched our skull out just a little bit because right now we're working in the brain, so it may be, having a little trouble there. It's like, wait, new information, warning, Will Robinson. Now you know how old I am. So, you okay? Everybody okay? Anybody not? Yes. Good question. I don't really understand what I did.
Did I take out my old Akashic record and put in a...
Yes. You didn't take out your old Akashic record. You took out the chip, the memory bank in your brain that may have been blocking you to get into that point, and you put a new updated variety in. And all the Akashic records are still there. Everything is there intact. But sometimes what I've found is the software that allows us to get to them, we block the software with, did you see private? Did you see a sign that says private? Did you get in? Did you visualize that? Cool. Excellent. We'll go again, just a minute. What happened there was the old software, you upgrade your computers, you upgrade your phones, you upgrade your television set. Why wouldn't you upgrade your brain? Everybody okay? Yes.
Well, I got to a certain point, and it happened both times, and then I just blacked out.
You got to a certain point, and it happened both times, and you blacked out.
Yeah, I was getting the visions, everything, and then everything went blank.
So next time when it goes blank, when it starts to go blank, if you can catch that moment and just take a deep breath and say, it's okay for me to see this. I am safe. My guides and angels are all right here with me. I am safe. I'm going to stay alert enough to understand. Believe it or not, when you experience that kind of, a blackout and then you come back with, feel the chair beneath you. What's happening is you're going really out interdimensional. And there's some part of you that believes that it may not be safe for you to remember that. And so you kind of stop the memory, or there's a part of you that takes you so far out that you really get interdimensional. Everybody's still tethered. That's why we tethered your energy here. So,
From childhood trauma in this lifetime.
Yes, absolutely, it could be from childhood trauma. I don't want to remember this. I don't want to remember this. And we don't have to remember all that trauma. What we have to do is heal whatever that trauma is, right? We can be healed. So keep working with that. And the more you practice going in and out of the Akashic records, the better you get at it. That's why on this recording, I just checked the recorder because I thought, did I turn it on? On this recording, you'll have all of these meditations, all of these activations. So you can go back to them time and time again, and they get stronger and stronger each time. Everybody okay? Stand up. Wiggle your body. Pat the person next to you. Tell them thank you for sitting next to you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being willing to hold space next to me even though I may pass gas. Thank you. Now you can sit back down. Everybody's getting too far away from me. Had to bring you back. So in that energy, sometimes it's a little blank. And know that you're surrendering to the stillness, but you're also allowing your energy to breathe in the center of it. You're allowing your energy to accommodate that focus. You're allowing your connection. Okay? And just allow. Ready to go again? Okay. So this time we're going to go into your Akash directly. We can start with your imagination. I just realized I have the wrong PowerPoint up here. This is the PowerPoint and not the keynote. But anyway. So with that energy, sometimes when you go into the Akash, it kind of gets all wavy, kind of like this. Maybe this is right. Sometimes it doesn't. So, take another deep breath. This time we're going to go into your Akashic records and bring your guides with you. See what we see. We're going to remove any blockages. We're going to ask you to stay present, as present as you can in the Akash. So as you breathe deeply, just center your energy. And it is our intention to allow each person here in this room, or anyone who listens in the future, to go into your own personal Akashic records. You can visualize what they may look like. There may be mist, wetness, clouds. What do they look like? Is it a building? Is it books? Is it little computer screens? Imagine it. Allow it to be seen. We're going to ask the most significant record to come to the forefront that seems to be holding you back from your sight. That seems to be stopping you from your vision and your dream. We're going to ask that record to come directly before you. See what it looks like. Is it a bright light? Is it a dull light? Is it a person? Is it somebody that you know now? Is it a situation that blocks you from your vision, that blocks you from your dream, your destiny of joy, your destiny of love, your destiny of the perfect friendship or relationship, the perfect source of income? What is the most significant experience or situation that has stopped you in the past? It may be from this lifetime or any other lifetime. Allow yourself to sense it. Allow yourself to visualize it. Allow yourself to be with the images, even though they may not make sense at first. They may just be colors. And look down and see what you're wearing in this vision. Look around and see if you recognize anybody else there. See if there's somebody that you know now. And that image, that energy, that situation that seems to have blocked you in the past and is still running in your energy field now to seemingly block you from your own joy, your own happiness, your own gifts, your own strength. We're just going to bring that in closer. We see that brilliant light coming in closer. And you're just going to look at that situation, emotionally detached from it, but just look at it and feel the love for that situation welling up in your heart. Because without that situation, you wouldn't be you. It has helped you mold you And you're pretty spectacular. And as you're looking at that situation, you just think telepathically to that conversation or person. And you just think and send this message out to them. Out to that energy. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing yourself to me. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping me be me. Even though it may have been uncomfortable at the time. Thank you. And then just visualize yourself saying, I forgive you. I apologize for anything that I may have done in my past. Please forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive you of this situation. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I love you. And when you say to that situation, I love you, somehow it mystically dissipates into 1,000 tracers of light and disintegrates completely. And your body feels lighter because that energy is not there. You may still have the memory of it, but the program is not there. The imprint that was affecting your decision-making process. And if there's some other energy that has been blocking you, allow that energy to come forward again. You're all surrounded by your guides and your angels and your teachers. They're all there. It's all safe. And that other energy comes up and it's a different situation, maybe with different people. Visualize who those people are. Visualize what they're doing and saying and detach yourself from them emotionally. And just say, I forgive you. I'm grateful for your lesson. What am I to learn from this experience? I'm grateful for that information. Thank you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. I forgive me. I forgive you. I love you. And when you say, I love you, it mystically dissipates into 1,000 tracers of light, like embers, sparklers from a fire. Take a deep breath. Come back to the present. Move around, feel your chair. Move your shoulders. Shake your booty. How was that? Whew, yeah, baby. It was like I could see y'all out there. All y'all. Anybody want to share? Yes.
Mine was a little bit intense. I felt going into the building, it was extremely tall, like I was a little baby. And then I saw like a picket fence, and then I saw me going really, really down. And then a big knife came and it broke. And my neck just felt stiff, like stiff. I felt like pressure on my right, and I can still feel it, like where it was. And then I felt like I was a pyramid, like a building, where it happened. So I felt it. Thankfully, you said breaking.
Excellent.
But I didn't feel it on my mind. But
You just still don't feel it, do you?
no, but I felt like this knife coming at me and breaking, and pressure at my neck. So it wasn't very like a beautiful, but
The Akashic Records is not necessarily beautiful.
it did impact my heart, but it impacted my neck.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. And when you see something like that, the key is to know that if you get really emotional and sob and all that emotional, that's your ego. When you can detach from that, it's like, oh, that's the real records.
Yeah, I felt very detached. I felt
Excellent.
It happened, but it didn't impact my heart at all.
Exactly. Exactly. That's when you know you're in the records as opposed to your imagination. Is when you feel, now, yes, you may have experienced tears, you may experience, a natural thing, but you still feel that detachment. When you get, sobbing and crazy and all that, that's your imagination. Okay? That's the difference. Anybody else? Yes.
I didn't get like something like that descriptive, but like the Akash was like a wall with waterfall, but it was going upward, and then it was like when we were going through it, it turned into fire, and there was something about the fire, and it seemed like a death, and a desire not to. It was like I got myself there. And then the other one was in a tomb. I was encased in a tomb, and that related completely to my fears of claustrophobia. It was like I had been walled in.
Yeah.
It was a tight space, but it was my present that was feeling the fear, and not my past. So much. Like I could feel the objectivity of the memory, but I could feel my this life getting anxious at that. You know what I'm saying?
I do. So when that happens, when you feel, you go into the Akash, you're detached, you're watching it, and then you feel yourself start to get anxious. Just remember, my guides are right here, so I'm not experiencing this. So you can have this conversation. I'm not experiencing this emotionally. I'm only watching it for the purpose of healing and releasing.
Yeah. No, I mean I saw how that related to my past, like not what I was feeling, but when I had felt it in this life.
Ah, excellent.
Like that's the connection.
Excellent, excellent. Yes.
I was a slave, and I still feel the wristbands and the ankle bands.
Still now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so you were a slave and you still feel those wristbands. Do you have trouble with your circulation?
A little bit.
Exactly. See what I'm talking about? Get that? Did you see that? So what you want to do, is have a session with me. No. No, I'd rather teach you how to do it, honestly. So when that happens, you want to, and this will be on the recording, and if you don't get an email from us in the next, how many days?
48 hours.
48 hours? Good job. If you don't get a recording from us, that means it's either in your junk mail, your junk folder, or we couldn't read your writing. Okay? So email us and say, I didn't get it. Okay? But let me. So what you want to do, if you felt shackled, because many of us were, and you still feel the injury, so you want to first center your energy, take a deep breath, go into coherence, right? You want to take the cobalt blue iridescent energy, go on the inside of the shackle to remove any skin from it. You're imagining this, you're visualizing this. You want to take any screws out that there might be. And then I find that for some reason I tremble. I get a hold of it and it causes a little trembling sensation. And I take a deep breath. And my intention is everything. is to get a hold of that shackle. I take another deep breath. And then I take another deep breath and release. And I pull it off. Physically pull it off. And then I snap my fingers to get rid of the energy. Does that make sense? Yes. And if you're still uncomfortable when we finish, then I'll take care of it for you. You don't have to have a session. Wait a second. Yes.
I didn't see anything.
So what happens if you don't see anything? Huh? Anybody else? Okay, so what's happening there is you're trying so hard to see, sense, feel, hear. There's one thing. That's one possibility. When you try and try and try to have that experience and it's just not coming for you, that's one thing. Or it could be that you're not, as Lee was talking about, you're not quite ready to see what you're going to be seeing or sensing or feeling, or that you need to keep practicing. You know, it is absolutely possible. Start with your imagination. Start with your imagination. And then imagine what your Akashic records would look like. Imagine what they might be inside. Imagine, what do they look, what do they feel like? What does it smell like? The more senses you can experience, the better. Okay? So keep practicing. So we're going to go into the Akashic records right now, and we're going to find your strongest gift. Your strong...
After I saw what I saw, I felt like upliftment in front of like a heart area. Is it a healing or is it...
After you saw what you saw, you felt an uplifting movement. I would say that would be a healing. I would say that would be something that you are experiencing that is for your highest good, because that's my intention, that you're only going to go in for your highest good. You can't go anywhere else. Remember, intention is everything. And so, does it feel good?
Yeah, it felt light now.
That's the healing, exactly. Did you have a question?
Yeah, just about, for example, I just saw a lot of colorful lights.
Colorful lights, every color has a higher meaning. Every color has a symbolism. So when we go in again, what we're going to do is we're going to ask for stronger clarity. So remember, the more frustrated you feel, it's like I'm not getting anything, it's just black. That's your purchase order. So if you believe and you repeat, I just can't ever see anything, that's what you're creating. If you actually just allow the energy to be with whatever it is, maybe you'll just see colors. Okay? Look beyond the colors. Ask your guides to take you farther beyond the colors. Ask your guides to have the colors clear and let you see what's underneath of them. I worked with somebody for 2 or 3 times once, and she said, I just see gray. I just see gray, and then I see like light yellow or something like that. And then I just see gray, and I just see light and gray. And I said, okay, pull back. So look from a farther distance. And she was able to sense a form. And she was able to sense sunlight. And I said, okay, pull back farther. What textures do you sense? She sensed like stone or rock or something. Okay, pull back. So she was getting somewhere is my point, right? So if you just see colors or just see blackness, okay? Ask to change the angle. Ask to look around. Let me see from a different distance. Eventually I worked with her and she did it. I didn't do it. She was one of the people with Jesus at the tomb, and she was there mourning, and was wearing a gray cloak, and she was just seeing the back of the cloak, or something like that. I don't remember the exact details, but that's how it turns up. It starts with just colors many times. It starts with a black screen. And it's like, okay, so I see the black screen. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Now, can you help me identify that black screen? Now, can you help me bring some light? Remember that illuminating light that we went over our head with? Let me shine a flashlight on it. If my Akashic records, where's the light switch? You know, it's all interactive. Okay? Make sense? Does that help? So, I'll see if I can lead you into that. Anybody else have a question? Yes?
Just to give you a quickie, for several years, I've had visualizations of being by Atlantis. My mother was Vitar, my name was Sasha, and I was afraid because we were going down into a hole like a spaceship. Tonight, I went down into the big spaceship that was underneath. That's the first time I've had that clearing. And then that spaceship turned into the wound of my mother that I was born to.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's how it happens. And it takes practice. Sometimes things get very clear very quickly. It takes practice. I've got a meditation on my website. It's in the old style. I need to record a new one that goes into the Akashic record. So keep doing it. Keep practicing. Yeah.
So Marilyn, one question. Sorry, there were 2 executions, and we're supposed to forgive. We would make the intention to forgive the executioners.
Right.
Okay. And I just told myself, I said, look, this happened. It's over. It no longer affects me.
Exactly. It happens. It's over. It doesn't affect me any longer. I forgive everybody. I forgive myself. I forgive everybody involved. I forgive the situation. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Thank you. I love you. And with the phrase "I love you," I see it as mystically dissipating into 1,000 tracers of light, and then clearing out completely from my energy field. And I usually feel lighter afterwards.
That's the only thing I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't get anything that I learned from it. That's
We're going to go into that right now. What you learned. Another question?
Just to comment, the Ho'oponopono says,
Yeah,
I
that's so-
love you, thank you.
Exactly. That's exactly what this is. The Ohonoponopono is more fun to say, Ohonoponopono. You can do that with absolutely any situation. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I apologize, please forgive me. I forgive you, thank you, I love you. Just because when I keep affirming I'm sorry, the term for sorry means pathetic. So I teach not to say I'm sorry. If you need to apologize, apologize. But I apologize. Please forgive me. I forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Okay? Yeah.
So if you came up pretty much blank in this, if I came up pretty much blank during this exercise, with the exception of seeing where my records were, that was beautiful. And then once the drawer pulled out, everything was gone. So for this next exercise, how would you advise somebody to engage in this? Would it just be asking for more clarity about whatever?
Ask for more clarity. Okay. Ask for understanding. We're going to go in and ask for your greatest skill that you have in this lifetime. Okay? Yes?
You know, when I went in, it was just a career more than I expected, and in different ways. And I visualized and I went through different processes while I was there that I didn't expect to be like that. And I saw different lights, different things happening. And to go back in and activate the best gifts, you know, I was thinking it'd be a beautiful library. And I saw something totally different. So I'm wondering if I go back in, is it going to be the same process the same way?
Is it going to be the same process, the same great? Maybe, maybe not. You know, what I find when we go in is to try your best to have as few expectations as possible. You know, the more you expect something, the more you get disappointment and frustration. If you expect them to look a certain way, you know, I'm not in control of how they look. If you can imagine them to look a certain way, however, in the reality, they may not right now. I mean, my library is old and musty, you know, and has big books, and, you know, dust comes up, and everybody's is different. Everybody's is different. So try to go in without expectation and allow them to present. And maybe they are dreary. Maybe they are dull. Okay? Let's go in again. Take a deep breath. Center your energy. Allow yourself to be neutral. Allow yourself to be present with that neutrality. Allow yourself to surrender to the intention of going directly into your own personal Akashic records. Allow yourself to visualize what they may look like. If you need a lantern or a flashlight, bring that with you. As we go into the Akash for each individual person that is here present with us or listens in the future, we just feel that energy of total love for our guidance system. Feel that energy. Of our guidance system, our higher self loving us back. And as they do, we ask with our intention to be able to see clearly, sense clearly, feel clearly, even though we are going to remain detached from the images, to know clearly exactly what is in our highest good to know and understand. And as we move into our Akash, we ask immediately to have our guides, our angels, our higher self help us quickly see any blockages that's stopping our vision and dissipate it and remove it. And now we're going to ask to go into the time, the record that has our greatest talent and skill in it, that is helping us now. We're asking to go into the very situation, the very record that's wonderful, where we were successful, where we were happy and successful and joy-filled, using our greatest talent and skill that we are destined to use right now in this lifetime. We go into the record and have that record brought to us. That goes into our greatest skill, our greatest talent. That situation. If there's colors there, we just ask to move through those colors. We are so grateful for those images. We pull back our perspective so we can see like from a bird's eye view from above and look at that situation from the outside that carries with it our greatest talent, our greatest skill, our greatest gift, if you would, our greatest innate ability, if you would. We allow that image to come through. And we ask if we can see the details of it that are important to us. We breathe into those details. What are you wearing? Imagine what you're wearing. What's around you? Is it just colors? Is it images? Is it a situation? What are you doing? Your greatest skill now. Where did it start? What are you to learn from that situation? Ask that question. What are you to learn from that situation? How can you use those skills in your life purpose now? How can I use those skills, those gifts in my life purpose now? How can I understand everything that I need to understand now? For my purpose on this planet. Allow all of the details to fall into place. Breathe into it. And if you have difficulty seeing everything now, ask for it to come to you as you sleep. And then take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. Feel the chair beneath you. Take another deep breath. Move your shoulders around. Come back to the present. And smile. How was that? Yes.
It was wild.
You know, what I know of you, that doesn't surprise me.
It was so cool. I was dressed as Christopher Columbus. And I was wearing this really cool, on the ship and sitting on the ship. And then I saw that I was helping people to see the new world. Need to see the world differently.
Well, that's what you're doing now.
Yeah, I know, Age New Beginnings.
Yeah.
Helping people see.
And you see, that's how it happens. Some aspect that you saw, and it might be, and you might have difficulty imagining yourself seeing new beginnings, but know that pertains to what's happening right now in your life. Somehow, somewhere, someplace, some experience. Anybody else? Yes.
I still had a hard time seeing things, but I felt like a whole bunch of things were coming at me and different gifts, but I couldn't see it, and I got choked because I was going to a real dusty place, and I couldn't.
So next time you go in, we'll take more time. Next time you go in, you'll take more time and ask to slow down. Ask, what's the dustiness? What can you slow down? Diane, quite honestly, you've got loads of talents and skills. You can do lots and lots of things that you're not quite doing right now. And you're stepping into that right now. So keep going there and asking, what am I to do? Okay? Well, very good. Muriel?
I'm not feeling anything or seeing anything, but I dozed off a couple of times, and now I'm feeling stiffness in my neck.
Okay, when we finish, come on up here and I'll take that stiffness out of you. So it may be from a guillotine? A guillotine? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I am here to save lives.
You're here to save lives.
All the way to the top, and I could see everything bad happen over there, not in this time. Long
Yeah, a long time ago.
How can I save lives?
Keep asking that question. When you see things in the Akash, it may not make logical sense to you right now. So keep asking that question, keep going in. We are over on time. Is that all right? Surprise, I can't make this a 90-minute class. I've tried. Yes.
I'm seeing the colors are getting better, but I have this noise in my ear.
So ask the noise to be quiet. Ask what that noise is. It may be something that you're experiencing in the Akash. So keep asking questions. Okay? Yes. You, the lady behind you, and then we'll come to you.
What's the difference with being sensory or not seeing? Because I've gotten so peaceful, and I've done so much space that I hold for people and energy and what flows through me. But it's just soft, and there's nothing there to picture. And I kept saying,
So keep going in and feel the softness, feel the images, and ask, okay, so I understand the softness, thank you very much. Can you show me more details? You have a two-way avenue in the Akash. Most people don't realize that. Two-way streets, okay? I would like to have Adironnda come in for just a few moments and then do a little activation with the swords for just a few moments. And what we're going to do, my intention is to remove any blockages that any of y'all have and to activate your Akashic record so you can see, sense, feel, hear, know a little more clearly. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You notice I already took my shoes off. Ah, so it is good day to you, huh? Did you think she was ever going to get out of the way, eh? So understand that the only thing that blocks you is you. We know that is difficult to hear. We know that you're thinking, oh, but I try and 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 try try and 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 try try and try and try and try and try and try try and 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 I still get nothing. So stop it. Stop trying. Just stop trying. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. We don't have to say it that many times, do we? You see, the energy of your Akash, take a deep breath. Feels good, doesn't it? The energy of your Akash is yours. You own it. Take another deep breath. No one can keep you from your own Akash. That is the law. No one. But when you're really wanting so badly to see, sense all that energy, sometimes it has to move into the stillness for it to become clear. Yes? Sometimes we feel that energy coming in so drastically that our brains are not ready to process it. As our dear friend Kryon said, we are ahead of our time in our own bodies. Huh? We are ahead of the energy, so be patient with yourself. Sit in the stillness. Ask to go into the Akash. The Akashic records, your Akashic records are yours. They are open to you at any given time. You can take a deep breath and ask, why am I continually having this pain in my leg? And what you are sensing, seeing, feeling, and hearing is fact. Well, you're having this pain in your leg because maybe 3,000 years ago you had your leg chopped off and got gangrene and died from it. So that etheric pain is still there. So you get a hold of that pain. You know you've got a hold of it when you move that pain around and you can feel it on the inside. And then you take a deep breath and you pull it out. And you let it go. And you can do that. Everything is energy, correct? Everything. You've been proven by Kryon, you've been proven by Lee, everything is energy. Intention is everything. If the intention can change the vibration of water by writing words on the side of a bottle, everything is possible. Yes? So why isn't it possible for you to change your outcome? It is. How can it get any better than this? And then it does. You see, if the energy that comes through you, to you, acknowledges some pattern, some trigger, some point in your life that you feel like, well, this doesn't feel good. Guess what? That's the contrast. And sometimes you get the opportunity to understand the contrast so you can embrace the joy. There is both light and dark. There is both sad stuff and happy stuff. You've seen that movie, what is it called? Inside Out? What? Yes? With the cartoons. Go see children's movies, they're wonderful. Where you can't have the joy without the sadness. It is true. So know that it is all a part of your joyous makeup. That when you see colors, Every color means something. Every single color. Red is about your passion, your primal energies. So what a part of your primal, if you see red, what a part of your primal energies are you looking for, eh? What a part of your primal energies are having a little bit of challenge right now, eh? You are the next evolutionary step, dearest beings of light. So we want to activate every cell in your field. So they're all working together like those little TikToker things. Yes? Is that all right? What are they called? Yes, metronomes, pendulums or something. Feel what it would feel like if everyone on the planet had all that energy going in the same direction. The perfect direction for them. Not the same direction altogether, because they're not going to ever be together. That's why they make chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Yes? But if everyone was anchoring in their joy and their purpose, that is why we keep traveling. That is why we gather people once a month. That is why we are here with you. You understand? And we're going to activate that now, if we can.